In this video, we want to create a calculated column, but that calculation is fairly complex and requires an aggregation step in the middle of the calculation. The example that I've chosen to demonstrate this technique is to take a data set where I've got some first graders and some 12th graders, and I've got some males and some females in both the first grade and 12th grade, and I want to calculate the percentages of males and females in each grade level. And so this is going to require some aggregation to first count the number of males and the number of females in each, and then I have to, within each grade, calculate the total number of students in each grade. And so there's some aggregation steps within this calculation. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to first count the number of males in first grade and the number of females. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to start out with an aggregation step, and we are going to just count the number of observations. And so this is going to count the number of rows. So that's going to be my aggregate field, and I want to do this by gender and by grade. And so this is going to give me 3 12th grade males, 2 12th grade females, etc., etc. However, I want this to be labeled a little bit better. Number of rows is just, that's not a good label. So let's go and label this something clever like grade underscore gender underscore ins, telling me that this is the number of observations per grade and gender. All right, so unfortunately it doesn't, when I rename it, I don't know why it goes away over here, but it does. Now I'm going to go and add a step here, and this is going to be a regular cleaning step. And so notice now that I've got my grade and gender, and I'm going to move this column over here. Come on. So I've got my original information about grade and gender, and now the number of observations in that. So I've got 3 males in 12th grade and 2 females, and likewise in first grade I've got 2 and 2. All right, so what I need to do next is I need to calculate the total number of students in each grade. And so this adds another aggregation level, but I don't want to reduce this down to just 2 rows. So what I want is for 12th grade, I want there to be 5 and 5 in these rows so that I can take 3 divided by 5 and 2 divided by 5, but I need to calculate that 5. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go and just create a new column, and it's going to be a calculated field, just like we had done before. So go and create a calculated field, and I'm going to call this grade underscore in. And what I want to do is I want to sum over my grade gender in. The way we control how this summation happens is that we have to tell it to have a fixed group value. So the way this works is we're going to do an open curly bracket and use the keyword fixed here. And the next thing is a square bracket, and we need to tell it that we want to do the resulting the next aggregation function for each grade level. So that's what the fixed grade part of this calculation does. Then I add a colon, which says this is the part that is fixing which groups we're doing. And now what I want to do is I want to add across the gender grade in values. So now we're going to do a sum and a open parenthesis, and I now need to specify the grade gender values. So do a close parenthesis, close curly bracket, and finally we have a calculation that's valid. And so basically what this says is sum across my grade gender values, but break this up per grade. So this says per grade, calculate the sum across that grade by gender. And so we do save, and now I've got this new column which always goes in the front, and I move it over. And so basically what we did is for my 12th grade, I summed my 3 and my 2 right here, and I got 5. because there's 5 individuals in 12th grade. And likewise in the first grade, I summed the 2 and the 2 for the 4. And so now I've got the total number of students in each grade level. So now finally to calculate our end part, which is the proportion of first grade students that are female and the proportion of first grade students that are male, all I need to do is take this grade gender in and divide by my grade in. So we're going to create a calculated field, and I'm going to call this proportion. I have to spell it right. And we will take our grade gender in, divide by my grade in, and finally we get the proportion. And so this finally gives us our resulting data set that we wanted.